of course, of this video. It looks like we've got some cold weather coming up next week, and in actual fact the GFS model, which we're going to start off with this video, is hinting at there could be some snow around later next week, believe it or not, despite the fact that it's still October. A real northerly blast is coming down, or being shown up to come down of this morning's GFS run. So we'll have a look at all the models in a moment, but before I get on with the video, I just want to talk about the advertising. There'll usually be a video ad overlay my weather videos at gasweathervids.com. Please play those videos. You will be supporting gasweathervids.com by doing that. So this is this morning's GFS model for next week, Thursday the 25th of October, so a week's time. It's some way off, and there's not a particularly good agreement about this, but this one is showing this one. You have a huge area, blocking area of high pressure up there over Iceland and Greenland, bringing down this very, very cold northerly wind in towards Scotland. Not too cold by next Thursday across southern parts of the country. Actually, the start of next week will be quite warm, but as we run through next week, the GFS model is showing that we bring down this very cold northerly wind. So by the time we get through to Friday, the 26th of October, just one day after this, what we see here for Thursday, once we get through to just one day after that, Friday the 25th, we're at to Friday the 26th of October, we're actually bringing down this -5 isotherm here across all parts of the country. We've got an area of low pressure as well running through southern parts of the country with this. That's taking heavy rain across England and Wales, and on the northern edge of that rain, believe it or not, there is the chance with this -5 isotherm that we could see some snow. Now this would be more particularly or more likely to be over higher ground, so say the Welsh Mountains, parts of northern England as well, maybe parts of southern Scotland also. But this really is a very cold north to northeasterly wind coming down across all parts of the country. And certainly for Scotland, northeastern parts of England, we would be running the risk of bringing some snow showers in towards those northern and eastern parts of Scotland, northeast England, some hard night frost as well. So this is a real northerly blast that's being shown up by the GFS model this morning. As we go further on beyond that, we take that low pressure through out in towards the Channel, and I say there's that huge blocking area of high pressure there in the Atlantic, and look where the isobars are going up to. If we follow the isobars, they go right the way through to the Arctic, so it's a real cold Arctic wind this coming down across the country. Now, as I say, this isn't entirely supported. It's not even supported by the GFS model itself. That is like the operational run, the main run of the GFS model. But this is the GFS Ensemble for this morning. We see we've got a lot of scatter here. This thick green line is the model that we've just seen, the operational run of the GFS model. That's the primary run of the GFS model, this thick green line here. I mean, you see it's one of the coldest members of the Ensemble, but there is quite a few members of the Ensemble going cold, but there's a fair few that still stay quite warm, so this is by no means a done deal, but it's certainly interesting to note what the GFS is doing this morning with this northerly blast that's coming down at the end of next week. Now have a look at the ECMWF and see what that's doing. Well, this is the chart for Wednesday the 24th. We've got this area of high pressure here across the country. As we run through the ECM run, we can see that high pressure does become more centred across the country, and actually reaches a little bit further north, but it doesn't go anywhere as far north as what we see with the GFS one. It doesn't go up to Greenland and form a blocking area of high pressure. So this is chilly, probably would be night frost, maybe a lot of fog as well with this later next week, but it certainly isn't nothing like as cold as the GFS this morning, with the northerly wind actually mainly going down in towards Scandinavia. And then finally, if you have a look at the GEM, the Canadian model, well, that's building a pretty big blocking area of high pressure up over Greenland. And as we run through these charts, we can see that that blocking feature does become quite a major feature there across Greenland and Iceland. We do pull down a northerly wind. It's probably not as quite as extreme as the GFS this morning, but we are bringing down a northerly wind here, so it's taking very cold air in towards Scotland, and quite cold air is coming down in towards England and Wales as well. Generally, I would say this is more rain, though, with this area of low pressure running through the southern parts of the country. Probably not the risk of snow on the leading edge up over northern England. But certainly once this northerly wind gets in, it is quite cold. And for Scotland and North East England, we will be bringing running the risk of having some snow showers. And then as we go further out, as far as we can go, 10 days away, certainly with 28, but we're bringing this area of low pressure in off the Atlantic, but we've still got quite a good block there up to the north and over Greenland as well. So this is again probably taking rain in across England and Wales, but it's quite cold up across Scotland, so as this low pressure comes in, maybe it could produce some snow across some parts of southern Scotland in particular. But it's certainly a very interesting trend really that we're seeing in the models this morning. I did a video on Tuesday, of course, with that. The last video I did on Tuesday was about the retrogressing high pressure. It still looks so the high pressure is going to retrogress and form quite a major blocking feature, although the ECMWF doesn't go for it quite as much as GFS and the Canadian model. But certainly some very interesting trends in the models this morning. For later next week, I think we will be certainly running the risk of bringing a taste of winter into Scotland. How far south that comes, still open to quite a bit of uncertainty. I'll be keeping an eye on it over the next few days, because we could end up with a really quite a cold spell, I think, for the final few days of October. Now, before I go on, I just want to thank my viewers and my followers on Twitter for all the lovely comments that I've had about my father and the events that's been going on this week. I won't go into detail in the video, but thank you for all your comments. I have read them, very much appreciated by myself and my family, so thank you all very much for that. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.